What's up, everyone? I'm DJ Hamilton, and you're tuned into the DJ Sports Show, where we give you the latest, greatest, and most exciting sports stories in the world of sports. From interviews to having people's stories heard and told. This is the DJ Sports Show. Let's get it!
Good evening, everyone. It's your host, DJ Hamilton of DJ Sports Show. If you're watching on YouTube, hit that like, subscribe button, and share anybody you know who loves sports, or listen on any audio platforms. Leave a 5-star rating and share anybody you know. Make sure you guys continue to check out the Scoop B. Robinson interview with that legendary NBA insider. Make sure you guys continue to check that out. I forgot to mention it last podcast episode, but I wanted to make sure I mentioned it this episode, so you guys continue to go check that out, especially for you basketball fanatics and NBA fans out there. He's a legendary NBA insider who's been around the game for a very long time and one of the best in the business as a true entrepreneur and someone who loves the game of basketball and has covered some of the greats and has some great stories and insight there. For anyone who wants to be a great content creator one day or an entrepreneur, Scoop is one of the greatest people you can learn from. I feel like that's a great interview you guys should go listen to. And if you just love basketball in general, so go check that out. Also, stay tuned as I'm working on something really big right now, guys. It's been taking a long time, longer than I expected. I ain't gonna lie. We've been working on it since mid-July, but stay tuned. Working on a new, I'm gonna say a new thing that I think is gonna take me to the next level. I'm really excited about it. It's been a long, grueling journey, but I think this is gonna take me to the next level and help me propel to the next level. I'm praying, but I'm trying to stay patient. So make sure you guys, I don't want to give it away, but make sure you guys continue to go check out that interview though. Check out all my content, subscribe on YouTube and anything like that. This is going to be an NBA episode, or I might make this a portion with the NFL portion of the episode. I'm going to record Sunday tomorrow as we're recording this Saturday evening. We're only a few NBA games on tonight, so my notes I really have is from the conclusion of Friday night's games. But yeah, this is probably going to be just an NBA only episode, as we've been mostly talking football lately, so I want to really get back into basketball. Haven't really talked to basketball since before the season started. I do my predictions episode and stuff like that. So let's get into it, as there's a few things I've really been noticing this NBA season that I want to get off my chest. First things first, the first thing I want to mention that I feel like is not getting enough love is how well the Detroit Pistons are playing. And I call it Pistons Prominence. The Detroit Pistons, they have gone off to their best start since the 05-06 season. 13-2 record. They're atop the Eastern Conference. They're one of the best teams in the NBA right now. An 11-game win streak, that's their longest in 18 years, y'all. And it's their best start since the 05-06 season. That team that had Chauncey Billups, Ben Wallace, Richard Hamilton, Tayshaun Prince, Rasheed Wallace, and so forth. That year, they started 15-2, and they went on to win 64 games that year and make that, and 64-18. And that was during those times and those years. Those teams made deep playoff runs into these conference finals. And I'm going to say it now. I think this Pistons team is a dark horse to make the conference finals. They're going to, I think, if they continue to play the way they're playing, and guys stay, Cade Cunningham, if he's playing we're going to get into him, playing at an MVP level he's playing at, they can upset the Cavaliers or the Knicks. Because I remember I said on my podcast last year, I said, when they played them in the first round, I said, when I did my predictions before the playoffs, I said, don't be surprised if we see the Pistons upset the Knicks. Even though they didn't win the series, they forced them to 6 games. They made Brunson, Towns, and the Knicks really work and earn theirs. It wasn't no cakewalk in the first round. So a lot of people were sleeping on the Pistons. I said, y'all better stop sleeping on the Pistons, man. They're coming. They're a young, up-and-coming team. And let's get into some of their pieces of why they've been doing that. Cade Cunningham, the lead engine. He's the lead engine behind everything. He's the initiator. He's the motor. Why we call it Motor City. We call him Motor Cade. And shout out to Cade, man. He's trying to get his first signature shoe from Nike starting next season. Yo, this is what winning does. And Cade is a bona fide winner. He's playing at MVP level. He's having career highs in points, assists, and steals. He's giving you 27, almost 10 assists per game, and 1.5 steals per game, and averaging career high in free throw attempts at 7.5 per game. So not only is he doing that, but he's also getting to the free throw line more. That shows his aggression. He's attacking the basket more. He's utilizing his size more, which is something I thought will always be beneficial for him as a guy who's 6'7". Because I remember watching Cade since he was in high school. He was a big jumbo-sized guard, and he has leverage. He has that advantage on him against many other opponents and guys, especially at his position. He's taller than some shooting guards, like Anthony Edwards. He's 2 inches taller than Anthony Edwards. Cade is a 6'7" legit point guard with a long wingspan. I always said when he first came into the league and when he was in college, I want to see you post guys up. College, he did it. High school, he did it. I want to see him do it in the league. I didn't feel like I saw him do that often enough when he was in his early years. But now I feel like he's utilizing that more. He has better spacing around him, bringing in some of the role players as well. Better spacing around him with Duncan Robinson, Danish Jenkins, and guys who are knocking down shots. Like, you have a Cunningham and Cade, a guy like Cade, who's an MVP level player, who's giving you, he's one of 3 players this season, averaging 27, 9, and a steal per game. Only Jokic and Luka Doncic are doing that. And if you add the 7+ free throw attempts per game, only him and Luka Doncic are putting up those type of numbers. Cade Cunningham, we need to put respect on his name. I know everybody's talking about Nikola Jokic, rightfully so, for MVP, and Gilgeous-Alexander. Those are the front 2. But if we're talking about number 3 guy who should be on that list, it's Cade Cunningham, right behind those 2. I think with the injuries to Giannis Antetokounmpo and Victor Wembanyama, those guys kind of going to fall down the wayside because they're probably going to miss too many games to even get awards, sadly. We're going to get into some of the injuries later because, man, there's been rampage over the league. But Cade Cunningham needs to get more MVP buzz and love. And I think as the season progresses and once we get to like the Christmas time, I feel like that's when NBA really starts getting more prominent and we really start talking about the award buzz and things of that nature. I feel like if the Pistons keep on their current progress, he's going to really start getting legitimate consideration. And I think he's going to be a top 4 MVP vote getter. He might not win it. I don't think he's going to win it. But he's going to be in the top 3, top 4 if he keeps playing at this level. And I just want to give him kudos because I feel like the Pistons, mainstream media, they're not really giving them their love. So we're here on the DJ Sports Show. We're giving y'all Motor City that love. We're going to give you out there, Detroit, that love. And also shout out to Jalen Duren. This is a guy I watched from high school. He was always built like a Mack truck. He was a grown man amongst grown men as a kid. This guy has been a rising star for this team. He's on pace, I think, to be an all-star this year if he continues his current progression. He is also my favorite to win most improved. I know Josh Giddey will be in that conversation as well, but Jalen Duren, the fact that they're atop the Eastern Conference, and he's increased his points per game scoring average by nearly almost 9 points. He averaged 11.8 last year. He's averaging over 20 right now. And he's giving you over 10 rebounds. He's averaging a double-double, shooting 67% from the field, and giving you 1 steal on the block per game. He is an enforcer in that paint along with Isaiah Stewart. And this team is the top paint scoring team in the league. The Pistons are legit, y'all. I'm telling you. Stop sleeping on Motor City. Stop sleep. Like my guy Eric Vincent, who covers the Pistons for the Clutch Points. I should have had him come on, but I didn't know his schedule. But stop sleeping on Motor City, y'all. I'm looking at the camera right now because this thing is kind of weird. The way it does, even when I'm looking at the screen, it makes my eyes look like I'm looking down. But stop sleeping on Motor City, y'all. Motor City, the Pistons, they're a dark horse to make the conference finals. And remember, I said it here. If they make the conference finals and they upset the Cavaliers or the Knicks, I'm definitely assure you the Pistons will be one of those teams in these conference finals. I thought it would be the Orlando Magic, but Paolo Banchero's hurt. He can't seem to stay healthy. The Magic have been kind of up and down this season. The Pistons have taken another leap, though. So don't sleep on the Pistons. And they're 50% of their points come in the paint. This is a team that really imposes its will in the paint. They're not just going to settle for the 3-point shot. And they rank 3rd in points allowed in the NBA. This is a really good team defensively as well. Asar Thompson, Jalen Duren, Isaiah Stewart. The list goes on and on. Cade Cunningham could get down in the stands. He's not an elite defender, but he's a good defender with his size and knowing how to position his body with a long wingspan. So this team, and we got to talk about the quality bench players too. Danish Jenkins had some games giving you 20 off the bench. Isaiah Stewart is an enforcer. You have guys off the bench scoring averaging double figures per game, such as Isaiah Stewart and Danish Jenkins. And then Duncan Robinson as well. This guy has seemed to find himself again in Motor City. He's knocking down shots from the floor. He's giving you great space. He's shooting over 40% from 3. That gives the guys like Cunningham to operate downhill because there's that spacing now. The defense has to worry about having a guy like Duncan Robinson who can knock down the 3-point shot. That opens up a whole entire universe for the Pistons offense because it spreads out everything. And you can't collapse in the paint. And because That's one thing they struggled with the past few years. They didn't really have guys who could shoot and spread the floor. Like Asar Thompson, you're going to leave him open. He can't shoot. I know Cade Cunningham has been struggling with his shot over the three-point shot this year, but when you have Duncan Robinson knocking down shots at a 40% clip, hey, and I looked it up yesterday, when he's hit 4 more threes this season throughout the first 15 games they played, they're 4-0. This Pistons team is dangerous, yo. Stop sleeping on them, everybody. I'm telling you that right now. Everybody was talking about the Knicks, the Cavaliers coming to the season because, the Celtics are kind of down year with Tatum out with a torn Achilles. But we can't sleep on this Pistons team. And the Knicks, they've been up and down. I know they've been playing solid as of late, but they've been up and down this year. Brunson he just came back recently from an ankle injury. The Cavaliers, they've had injuries with Darius Garland. And I kind of want to see what they do in the playoffs because I don't really care what they do in the regular season. They've been no-shows, kind of shrinking during playoff games when they should have beaten teams like the Pacers last year. They were the clear-cut favorites after a dominant 2024-25 season last year for Cleveland. So I need to see them do it in the postseason. And with this Pistons team playing the way they're playing, there's not really a clear-cut better team than them in the East right now. There's a reason why they're atop the East right now. So Cade Cunningham, definitely an MVP candidate. We got to give him love. We're going to give him love here on DJ Sports. So shout out to Jalen Duren, too, putting up all-star numbers. He's having one of the biggest jumps and improvements that we've seen probably from a third, fourth-year guy that we didn't really expect to be a star at NBA level since probably Jimmy Butler in 2014-15 when he won Most Improved and became an all-star. I was a freshman in high school when that happened. And Jimmy Butler's rise in Chicago helped propel him to eventually become the Hall of Fame player he became. I don't know if that'll be the same trajectory, and I don't want to extrapolate saying that's going to happen for, say, Duren, but we got to really look at this Pistons team. They got some young pieces, and imagine once Asar Thompson gets a jumper. Whew! Ooh! And I know Jaden Ivey, he's like, I didn't even mention him. They got talent on this team, yo. So Pistons, Motor City, stand up, man. We're going to give you love here on DJ Sports. So shout out to you guys. Keep doing what you're doing. And mainstream media is going to finally catch up. If you guys keep playing the way you're playing, they're going to have to do nothing but finally talk about you guys. But here on one of the smaller media platforms, we want to give you guys love and shout out to Motor City. So the next thing I wanted to get into is the Thunder. They're still dominating without JDub. It's unbelievable. You would think a young team like the Thunder, right, will be resting on their laurels, kind of complacent after winning the championship. Like most young teams, they probably be like feeling themselves. Oh no, this team said, you know what? We're going to still run roughshod on the whole NBA. 16-1 right now. Clearly the best team in the league. It's not even close. And they haven't even had their second best player who's been out with a wrist injury with torn ligaments in his wrist in Jalen Williams. This is incredible. SGA, he's leading the way right now for him. He might be, is it him or Jokic? Premier MVP candidate. And he hasn't even played a lot of games in the fourth quarter. And he's still dropping 30, averaging over 30 on 50% shooting. And he's about to do it for a fourth straight season. Only Michael Jordan among guards has ever done that. That's insane. And you talk about how many guards in NBA history there's been. Great ones. Stephen Curry has never done it for consecutive seasons. Allen Iverson, Kobe Bryant. There's been magic, it's crazy. Oscar Robertson. It's crazy what SGA is doing. I know everybody wants to call him free throw merchant, whatever. Let's all appreciate greatness. He's the mid-range maestro. And I looked it up on Basketball Reference. He's shooting a career high from 10 to 16 feet. 57% from the 10 to 16 feet range in the mid-range. He is the ultimate mid-range maestro assassin, scoring savant. SGA just gets it done, and he's a solid defender too. We need to start giving him more praise. Every time I always see SGA highlights or watching the games, people online are just hating, free throw merchant. That's all I see. Instead of appreciating what we're seeing here, he's making it look effortless. SGA is just too cool, man. You can't speed him up. And he's strong. Some of the finishes he be having at the rim, the body control he shows, is impeccable. Impeccable. And sometimes I'm wondering, I'm looking at it, I'm like, it looked like it was in slow-mo, and he just made it look so easy. That's what the great players do. And I'm going to tell y'all right now, if SGA and the Thunder continue on their pace, this team might break the Warriors 73-9 record. They've been this dominant without their second best guy. And Chet and SGA are not even playing sometimes in even the fourth quarter. And they're blowing teams out. This is great. It's crazy what we're seeing. We all need to appreciate this. Might be the next dynasty right now. This might be the first dynasty we've seen since the Warriors with KD, Steph, Clay, and Dre. This team is special, and the defense is amazing. We're going to get to some more stuff, but before that, I want to say SGA, if he wins another MVP and Finals MVP and title, woo, we're going to be having some serious discussions. I told my friend Joseph that I said, SGA, he's a shooting guard. I don't care what anyone says. He's a shooting guard. He's not a point guard to me. He is a shooting guard. He's a shooting guard. Same with Luka to me. They're shooting guards to me. Luka could probably classify him point guard, but SGA is not a point guard to me. He's a shooting guard. SGA wins another title and Finals MVP and MVP if he wins it again this year back to back. I might have to put him over Dwayne Wade, y'all. Yeah, I said it. If he wins another MVP and title this year, back to back years winning MVP, Finals MVP, and the chip, man. and say what's it called? Saying he leads the league in scoring again. We need to have a serious discussion. And now, to me, if he does it again this year, that'll place him into the top 35, 40 range all time. And I think he'll be pushing. I don't know if I'll easily put him over Dwayne Wade, but we're gonna be having discussions. And I love Dwayne Wade. Flash was that dude. LeBron doesn't come to Miami and become LeBron like he became without Dwayne Wade. But man, we're gonna be having some discussions. SGA pulls this off again this year. Because man, this guy, everybody's always hating online. All stuff I be seeing online on YouTube or Instagram or Twitter or TikTok, people are just hating on him. Like, bro, appreciate greatness, y'all. That's one thing I do. I always appreciate greatness when I was young. Never chose a side when it came to Kobe or LeBron. I always appreciated both. Just appreciate greatness, y'all. If it was easy, everybody would do it. So, yeah, SGA definitely have that discussion. And then I also want to give love. The Thunder don't have the season they're having right now. Chet Holmgren. I know he's averaging more turnovers, but when you're taking on more of the scoring load with Williams out, you being that secondary go-to guy behind SGA, he's averaging over 19 per game. It was at 20, but it kind of dropped yesterday after they blew out the Jazz. But he's giving you over 55% shooting from the field. Chet Holmgren has been amazing. He's not averaging the same amount of blocks at the same rate as he has in the last 2 years, but when you're asking more of him on the offensive load, and then you're blowing teams out the way you're blowing them out, it's kind of, and then he switches out on the perimeter too. So he does everything. I just think Chet Holmgren, if he continues to find that consistency, and if he could continue to cut down his turnovers, and when JDub comes back and he plays the way he's been playing, but a little bit more efficient with the taking care of the ball, this team might be unbeatable. I'm serious. This team has a legit chance to go 74-8 and win the title. This team is that special. And then when you look at the role guys too, I forgot his name, AJ Williams. I just want to make sure I say it right. You have Alex Caruso. You have a plethora of guys off the bench. This team, AJ Mitchell, excuse me. AJ Mitchell, not Williams. AJ Mitchell, correct me. He's giving you 16 per game off the bench, shooting 44% from the field, and almost 4 assists and 4 rebounds per game. And the Thunder are the top bench scoring team in top 6 bench scoring team in the league. I almost said top. That's the Chicago Bulls. Thunder are the top 10 bench scoring team in the league. They have the best net rating, and they also have the best defensive rating in the league as well. And they're ranked top 5 in offensive rating. And they lead the league in steals at over 10 per game. This team is this team is special. And man, they still don't have their second best guy back. Yo, they're like a pack of hyenas swarming. Like a pack, what's it called? Like bees, you know how they swarm around their beehive nest? That's them on the defensive end. They get in the passing lanes. They're there double teaming you in the corner, and they're protecting the rim. This team, and they play at a fast pace. They can play well in the half court. They can get out in transition. You're just not going to beat them unless you orchestrate and you're fundamentally sound on both ends of the court. If you make a lot of mistakes against this team, it's not a lot of margin for error, or they're going to blow you out by halftime. So, yeah, y'all, I want to give the Thunder some without their second best guy. I knew they were going to be great coming to the year, but man, I did not expect them to have only one loss throughout over 15 games now. We got to give them love. And this is a young team. Remember, this is a young team. So, yeah. Next segment I want to talk about, Jokic. Another MVP run. They just beat the Rockets last night. That was a really good game. Really good game. Very competitive between two top 3 teams in the Western Conference. Jokic gave you almost a near triple-double, 1 assist away from triple-double. 34, 10, and 9 last night. He's averaging triple-double for the season. Again. 29.5 points, 13 rebounds, and 11 assists on 63% from the field as we speak currently Saturday night. What else do you... He is the preeminent and prototypical big man you want in the modern NBA. He is the best offensive big man I've ever seen. I remember in 2019, before he even blew up, before the MVPs, I said that's the greatest pass big man I've ever seen. He was only 24 in that time. I was watching that Blazers playoff series early in his career. He was 24, their first real playoff run, him and Jamal Murray. The passes he was making that season and in the postseason and what he was doing, I said, Bill Walton, sorry. I just seen the greatest passing big man I've ever seen right there. And before, that title to me was Bill Walton's. And Bill Walton, if y'all don't know, before the injuries, he was that dude. He was that dude. He won an MVP and title for the Blazers, their only title in franchise history. He was a dominant defender, more athletic than Jokic and better defender. Injuries ruined his career, foot injuries and stuff. But man, he was special. Imagine mixing Bill Walton, Larry Bird, Dirk Nowitzki, and yet one player. That's Nikola Jokic. He makes the game. When I'm seeing some of the 3-pointers they're giving him, just like a walk-in warm-up threes, you give him time to set, he's knocking that down 9 out of 10 times. It's rare I ever see him miss a wide open 3. Every time he shoots and he's wide open, I said that's going in. If I see him miss, I'm shocked. His efficiency is absurd. 63% from the field, and it's not like we're talking about just a run and dunk alley-oop, relying on the point guard to give him the ball, only shooting in the paint type of guy. This is a guy who runs and generates the offense of a team and shoots jumpers. And teams are gearing up and defenses are strategizing to guard him. And he's still killing everybody. He leads the league in rebounds and assists, and he's averaging a career best in both. He's the first player in NBA history. I saw a little thing on Instagram yesterday. He leads the decade. He's the first NBA player in NBA history to lead the decade in 4 major stat categories: points, rebounds, assists, and surprisingly steals. Steals caught me off guard. I love Jokic, but he's no defensive dominant defender, most people would say. He's a solid, I say below average defender. I say average at best. But man, the way he generates an offense, it makes guys like Peyton Watson look really good right now. I know Christian Brown's out right now with an ankle injury. Jamal Murray's been playing well this season. But Jokic, what he's doing, I know Cam Johnson hopefully will catch on. He's been playing a little bit better as of late. I want to see him get more consistent with his shot, get his scoring going, because they're going to need him as a third, fourth scorer come playoff time. Well, we're seeing with Nikola Jokic right now, y'all. Like I said with SGA earlier, if Jokic wins another title and MVP this season, we're talking top 10. We're talking in that he'll be pushing that conversation. We're going to be having some real uncomfortable discussions. And I thought my top 10 will never change. I'm like, it's going to be a long time before somebody gets there. Maybe Wemby could get there if he could stay healthy. But Getting the top 10 is ridiculously hard. Even the top 50. Top 10, you got to... Only reason I don't have him in my top 10 right now is because he only has 1 ring. You gotta have at least 2 for me to be top 10. The only guy with the least amount of rings in my top 10 is Wilt Chamberlain. And that's because he has 4 MVPs to go with it. And he has almost every NBA record in the book. So, like, and he was a dominant player on both ends. So, that's why I have Wilt in there. Everybody else, though, has 3 or more titles. We talked about Bird, Magic, Jordan, Bron, Kobe, Shaq, Hakeem. Well, Hakeem has 2 as well, but Hakeem is arguably the greatest defender ever. I have Hakeem in my top 10, so I forgot about him. He's arguably the greatest defensive player of all time. So, he's the exception as well. But yeah, Bill Russell, the list goes on. Kareem, the list goes on and on. Tim Duncan. For Jokic to get over one of those guys, I have Steph around like 12 or 11. I don't even have Shaq in my top 10. Shaq is like 11 for me. Jokic gets another ring, an MVP. I might have to put him over Steph and Shaq. We'll see, but he has to get another ring. 1 ring for me, you can't be in the top 10. I don't care how many MVPs you got. You got to have multiple. It's too many greats. So, but yeah, shout out to Jokic. The Denver Nuggets, they've been really good this season. They've been playing better as of late. He's been on a tear. So, yeah, I think Jokic definitely needs to get more love. And one segment I always wanted to mention as well, the injuries around the NBA, it's been running rampage around the league. Giannis with his groin. Wemby with his left calf strain. John Morant calf. Zion just came back from a hamstring. Embiid is always dealing with a knee. Kawhi Leonard is dealing with a foot, ankle injuries. Paolo Banchero groin. Bronson just came back from an ankle injury. Is it time to reduce the load in the NBA with the games? Should we reduce it to 72 or 70? Because I'm sick. I know it's part of the game, but man, the way the game is played today, where it's more strenuous on the tendons and muscles. Remember, guys are faster now, more athletic, more skilled. The way we're shooting the three-pointer at the volume we've been shooting now over the last decade, and it's been going up and up and up more. Guys have to stride down the floor farther, more distances and lengths to get out and defend on opposing offensive players, and then get back on the other end, on the offensive end, and cover a lot of ground too. And that puts a lot of strenuous and, stress on your muscles. And seeing all these injuries to big-time star players, and that's what the NBA thrives on. The stars amplify the league and get into a bigger light. We pay to watch the NBA because it's a star-driven league. No league or sport drive the sport more than the NBA. A dominant star player, because basketball, you can play both sides of the floor. Could take you to a title. Look at LeBron in 07. Like, one dominant player with just even a solid supporting cast can get you deep in the playoffs. I don't know if that's even the case nowadays with how much great talent there is, but that's just an example. Football is great. It thrives on stars too, but a quarterback can't play both ends of the field. And soccer might have an argument because soccer is great, but I feel like the NBA and basketball as a whole, just more than any other sport, stars drive the sport more than any other sport. And to see all these injuries, it takes the allure and the appeal kind of off the games. Like, when you see the Bucks playing without Giannis, it's not the same. Like, I don't really want to tune into a Bucks game without Giannis. You know what I'm saying? Spurs, you still have De'Aaron Fox. He's been playing great for them. They still been doing solid without Wemby, but I'm kind of worried about some of these tall guys. Wemby, like, I know he's played 70 games his rookie season. Last year was a blood clot. I don't think that's not an injury. Like, that's freakish, something that you can't really plan for that. Left calf strain, I want to be careful, though, because we've seen how that has turned to torn Achilles for guys. Tyrese Halliburton, Kevin Durant, Damian Lillard. So, I know the Spurs are being very diligent. They're being precautious. And I think that's a great way to go. But it just sucks because it's like, this is a guy who could win multiple Defensive Player of the Years, all NBA, MVPs, everything. I just want to see him stay on the court, stay healthy. Because he should. I know Mobley won Defensive Player of the Year last year, but let's be honest. Wemby wiped him off the floor. In statistical category, Wemby played 46 games and still led the NBA in blocks by a wide margin. It wasn't close. He played 46, and he still cleared. If he would have been eligible, he would have clearly won Defensive Player of the Year and made All-NBA. I just don't want that to happen again this year, where he's out too many games and he can't win Defensive Player of the Year again. Because then we're going to look back, man, what if he would have stayed? Like, I think he should have won Defensive Player of the Year his first year in the league when he passed the game threshold and everything. Because he, to me, was better defender than Rudy Gobert. Even though the Timberwolves, they had the best defensive ratings and all that team stuff that year in 2023-24. But even other people in the mainstream media were saying Wemby should Defensive Player of the Year. That's just me. And I just don't want to see him get robbed of another potential DPOY because he can't stay on the court. So please get well, Wemby. I know he's going to be out, they said 2 weeks. Hopefully he's not longer than that, but he might get reevaluated and be out longer. I just hate to see these injuries. Zion just came back from a hamstring. Man, Zion. I know he just came back. But y'all, I'm about to get into a little deep dive. A little DJ's dose, honestly. I'm not going to do a deep dive right now. I'm going to do a DJ's dose. So, Zion, man. Y'all, I giving up on Zion, y'all. Told my boys Chris and Joseph, they know. And I said, y'all, I can't take it no more, man. I tried. I tried being patient for so long. I thought this was going to be the year, man. He's in shape. He's the best. He said he's the best he's ever felt since coming out of Duke when he was freaking skywalking over everybody. Dunking, blocking. Oh, man, he was doing everything in Duke. Duke Zion, I thought had GOAT potential. I thought, maybe not GOAT, but top 15, 20 player of all time type potential if he stayed healthy and continued to develop his game. He was a freak of nature. I've never seen anyone 6'7", 270, 280, whatever, 260, between 260 and 280, whatever he is, like jumping like that, moving like that. Outside LeBron James. He explosive. A freight train. He was a mix. He's like a more athletic version of Charles Barkley without the great rebounding. I don't think he could rebound as well as Barkley. And I said, the only worry I had when he came into the draft in 2019, as the first player born in 2000, shout out to 2000 babies, born in 2000. I said, if he can't stay healthy with his body and injuries, that's the only way I don't see him becoming an All-NBA guy. And unfortunately, that has been the reality. Zion can't stay on the court. He's only played more than 60 games twice in his now 7 years in the league. He missed all his third year due to a broken foot. He has never played in a playoff game. If you would have told me he have made no NBA teams by now in his 7th year, I said only due to injuries, which has been the case. But some of that accountability you got to put on yourself, no matter who you are, as an athlete, people in general. Accountability is key. That's why I love sports. That's why it taught me accountability growing up. I'm an accountable person. You got to be accountable for yourself, man. And let's be honest, Zion, you haven't been in the best shape throughout your career for the majority of it. That's kind of led to a lot of the injuries. I know you probably got in shape this year, but we could have avoided all these injuries through these past couple years that's plagued you. And you could have made so many more NBA teams and All-Stars if you would have kept your damn body in shape. Because when I saw that Gatorade commercial back in 2021, 22, that did not look good. And I'm like, Zion, what are you doing, bro? I'm like, you're throwing it away. You have such God-given athleticism. You can't. I could do, there's just some people, you could do every workout you can ever imagine. Work your butt off, squats, everything, and you'll still never jump as high as Zion. Ever. Or as powerful. You can do everything in your power. Squats, leg day, for a year plus. Everything right. Improve your explosion, and you'll still never get near how high and how powerful that man jumps. That's God-given. And when I see guys like him and Ja, like kind of just wasting their talent due to the immaturity and stuff like that, and the Ja too. But right now, Zion, I need to get your act together, man. You're 25 now. See how quick it goes? I remember when he was the young, new hot shot. Everybody's calling him the next face of the league. Him and Ja. Zion and Ja were supposed to be the next American faces of the NBA. We were talking about them like these guys got next. They're in their first few years in the league. Zion being out of shape, not being able to take care of his weight and body, and the injuries plaguing him. And then Ja, injuries and also your foolishness off the court cost you being the face of the league. It was right there in the palm of your hands, both of y'all. And y'all both squandered it, man. And it just hurts to see that, man. Like, as a young black person, and as someone who's a fan of basketball as well, and to see him just like throw it away. You know what I'm saying? Like they still have a chance to turn their careers around and legacies, but right now it ain't looking good. And Josh shooting the worst of his career in field goal percentage. He's having career lows all across the board. And I know there's been a lot of speculation with the Grizzlies as well, wanting to trade him and him wanting to leave, rumors and stuff like that, because he's been looking abysmal this season. It's the worst I've ever seen Ja Morant look in his entire career. He does not look like he want to be there. He's missing games left and right. He can't, like, neither one of these guys can play 3 months straight. Man, it's just sad to see, man. I really hope they turn it around because they're in their mid-20s. They still got a lot of time, but it goes like that. It goes like that. You see how you guys are in your mid-20s already? Time waits for nobody. Especially in a league like the NBA, sports in general, and then in the NBA as well. You go from potential next face of the league, and if you don't take care of your body or you get into trouble off the court, the league will turn around just like that, go to the next thing. Wemby's the new hot thing. Cooper Flag. This draft class coming in 2026, people are saying it's the best ever. I don't know about that. Let's calm down. Let's wait and see what they do in the league, because we always get hype on these guys and then they turn out to be injury prone, or they don't live up to the hype, or they go to a bad situation. Let's wait and give them a few years. Like, we have AJ Abonsa, Darren Peterson, Cam Boozer, Nate Ament, Mikael Brown. We got some new young hot shots coming to the league, man. The league's going to pass y'all over. I hope y'all get it together, man. I was rooting for them for so long, but it's like I might have to wait until they prove me wrong again. Like I was holding out so long. I know Joseph and Chris, if y'all see this, like, when we talked about it in the chat, and I was the one holding off and being the protagonist that I am usually in life, and also when it comes to players as well and athletes. But it's like I was like I said I tap out. I'm done with these guys. You know what I'm saying? And that takes a lot for me to do that, because I want to see as much greats as I can. The more great players there is, the better it is for the league, and the more it can grow the game. I love watching great players, man. So John Zion, please get your acts together, man. Please. I just want to see y'all stay healthy, play great basketball, because you guys are God-given, gifted athletes. I could try to work out, do everything I can, leg squats, calf raises, everything, and I'll still never jump high as either one of them. That's God-given. That's God-given. Don't waste it, man. Please. And other injuries around the league as well. I know Wemby, talked about his calf strain. I just want to be very cautious. Like, I don't want that torn Achilles. We have that big man about the history of the NBA, Yao Ming, Bill Walton, etc., have injuries. And it kind of played their career, shortened their careers and their primes. I just don't want to see that happen for Wemby. I know he's never had a serious injury, but I just don't want to see that, because this guy has GOAT potential. Lord, God, the basketball gods, I'm doing a prayer right now. Please keep Wembanyama healthy for at least 15 years. Give us 15 years at least. As us basketball fans and enthusiasts and fanatics, anyone who's a fan of sports in general, I want to see what this guy can do with a full healthy career. Because, man, if he can stay healthy for 15, 20 years, talk about the records and stats and numbers and accolades and awards he could achieve. And he has the mindset too. That's what I love about Wemby. He's not like an aloof big man. He's not just out there willy-nilly just messing. He wants to be great. So please keep him healthy. Because if he can't stay healthy, who's going to be the next face of the NBA? Like, at that point, I'll be really worried for the league, because Zion and Ja haven't panned out. Wemby is the next best option. He's the best option, clearly, by all the young guys. He's the clear-cut best player. I love Cooper Flag, but it's going to take time for him to develop. And even as great as Cooper Flag is, his ceiling ain't Wemby's. Please stay healthy, Wemby. Please. And then Paul Banchero dealing with a groin injury. Is it time to worry about him? Torn oblique last year. He missed like 36 games. He started off looking like an MVP candidate last year. I don't know if y'all remember that. He was a monster coming out the gate in 2024-25. Then he tore his oblique and caused him to miss a huge chunk of games. And then this year now with the groin. And he's not even putting up the same numbers like last year. He hasn't looked as dominant to me. He still needs to improve that jumper, the three-point shot. I think that's what's holding him back. If he improves that three-point shot, that will unlock another dimension of his game. And the Magic have been kind of up and down. Desmond Bane, he's been kind of up and down in addition to them. He hasn't really been spacing the floor at the elite level like I thought he would initially out the gate. But it's going to take time to try and build that chemistry, that camaraderie as a team. But, man, Carroll, man, we needed to stay healthy. They're saying he's no timetable for his return. I'm just like, man, another year for Banchero where he is going to miss probably a huge chunk of games and then not be eligible for NBA, All-NBA or stuff like that. He might not even make the All-Star game because he might be out for a while. It just sucks. It's like these injuries just keep running rampant around the league. And then Giannis out with a groin. I don't know how long he's going to be out. But Giannis is a freak of nature. Giannis has been durable for a majority of his career. Remember when the guy hyperextended his knee in 2021, came back like it was nothing and won the NBA Finals MVP. Giannis has already built his legacy and career. But these other guys, I'm more like Kawhi, he's built his legacy too, but injuries have played his career. He could have ranked higher. Embiid, same thing. But the young guys like Ja, Zion, Wemby, Paulo, like they haven't even really built their legacies yet. I want to see these guys stay healthy. And that's what we want as NBA fans and fanatics and basketball people. So, yeah, y'all. This has been a great episode. I really enjoyed this. I want to really get off some NBA stuff as of late. I know it's been like a month since I talked basketball. I've been talking football lately with Nicholas Mullick. Make sure you guys tune into those episodes. We record usually on Sundays, and I release new episodes every Monday. Been doing that since the football season started. I know in the past years, I always was consistent, but never had a set day. But just getting more strategic and better at things. So, yeah, make sure you guys continue to share the podcast, follow, leave a 5-star rating. And also like and subscribe on YouTube. Support is free. I be cutting clips and everything. Everything you see, it's all me. Yeah, cutting clips, doing vlogs. I haven't really been doing vlogs lately. I've been doing more on-air stuff, podcasting, because I'm waiting for the new thing I'm working on to be done. And yeah, I got my Wix site right now. I don't have ads on there, so I'm not paying for that no more. So yeah, but stay tuned, y'all. I'm working on something big. I think it's gonna be an upgrade from even my old one. So I'm really excited for it. I can't wait till everything's done and polished. And yeah, but yeah, ladies and gentlemen, this has been an NBA centric great episode. Just getting off my thoughts and opinions and what's been going on great around the NBA and then some of the downsides, such as the injuries throughout the first month of the season. I'm your host, DJ Hamilton, DJ Sports Show, and we'll see y'all next time. Peace.